In today's show, the Bitcoin StocktoFlow creator, PlanB, says he will go dark if the Bitcoin price hits six figures, as his model predicts a $288,000 Bitcoin price. Taking a look at his most recent interview, here's what he went on to say. It will be nasty. It will be maybe war. People have Bitcoins. Some people don't have Bitcoin. It'll be some countries have Bitcoins. Some won't have Bitcoins. It will be the US dollar losing its reserve status. It will be geopolitical. It will be military. We'll be breaking this down with the Bitcoin halving now just 5 days out. Also in today's show, Bitcoin whales have been buying in mass since early 2020, which is a macro bullish sign. Taking a look at this tweet from crypto analyst Willy Woo, who wrote, #whale breeding season. Whale population spotted increasing in the wild. They've been in solid accumulation mode since January, unperturbed by the COVID crash. This is macro bullish. Whales are entities holding 1,000 Bitcoin or more. And this is data brought to you by Glassnode. I'll be breaking it down for you in today's show. Also, in today's episode, Bitcoin price crisscrosses 9,000 as Peter Schiff, Bitcoin's biggest hater, warns of collapse. That's right. First, I'm going to give you a bullish outlook from Crypto Michael, who says, I've to say, since the crash to 3750, I'm impressed by the strength of Bitcoin as an asset. Even in this area around $9,000, it's doing pretty well. #Bitcoin. Then on the other side of that coin, Bitcoin's biggest hater, Peter Schiff, just tweeted, I admit I like to rile you guys up. Once Bitcoin collapses, I won't be able to do it as much, so I need to make hay while the sun shines, as it won't shine for long. Boo. No one likes you, Peter Schiff. Stick to your gold and stop butting in your 2 Satoshis about Bitcoin. Also, in today's show, we'll be taking a look at the overall cryptocurrency market. As you can see, most of the major cryptos are pumping and in the green. Bitcoin just surpassed that $9,300 critical resistance as I'm speaking. How cool is that? Where's the Bitcoin price likely to go from here? Find out all this plus so much more in today's show. Here at Crypto News Alerts, I drop a brand new episode every single day. So be sure to smash that subscribe button and click that bell icon to receive notifications of the latest premium crypto news. And before we kick off today's show, if interested in attending a free online event and Q&A session with the one and only Tika Twari, the #1 most trusted man in cryptocurrency, this is all going down this evening, Wednesday, May 6th at 8 p.m. Eastern, entitled 5 Coins to 5 Million, Last Chance Until 2024, for your chance to discover a handful of tiny cryptocurrencies that can turn $500 into 5 million, thanks to a crypto market phenomenon you won't see again until 2024. To lock in your spot and register for this live event via RSVP, click the link below this video in the description. I know I'll be tuning in, and I know you'll get massive value from attending. All right, welcome back to another episode of Crypto News Alerts. I'm your host, JV, and let's dive right into today's top story of the day. The creator of the Bitcoin price model, which forecasts a $288,000 Bitcoin price by 2024, will go dark if his predictions come true. Speaking on the latest edition of Stephan Livera podcast on May 5th, PlanB warned about the implications of his Bitcoin bull scenario, and I'll include this in the show notes below the video in the description so you can check out the podcast episode from yourself and hear it directly from the horse's mouth. StocktoFlow's latest incarnation, StocktoFlow X, was released last week, which I covered here on the show, and it increased its average Bitcoin price expectations 5 times compared to the previous version. For PlanB, despite the obvious satisfaction of Bitcoin increasing by an order of magnitude in line with the StocktoFlow, the result would not be without problems. Here's what he said. I will go dark if the model is successful, because if the model is successful, it will not be a pretty picture. He said, it will be nasty. It will be maybe war. People have Bitcoin. Some people don't have Bitcoin. It'll be some countries have Bitcoins and some won't have Bitcoins. It'll be the US dollar losing its reserve status. It will be geopolitical. It will be military. And you can see here the StocktoFlow graph, a new model if StocktoFlow breaks down, contrary to what he perceives as the expectations of some. PlanB added that should the model break, he would remain a social media presence. That's not the case. I'll stay then because we'll need a different model, he explained. And if you didn't know, he's pseudo-anonymous. Nobody anybody really knows PlanB's identity. Critics continue to line up to pour scorn on StocktoFlow. As Cointelegraph reported, they include Bitfinex, Bitcoin Whale, Joe 007, Vitalik Buterin, and others. PlanB has argued that those attempting to discredit the model have failed to come up with evidence or an alternative theory which is demonstrably accurate. In 5 days' time, the third block reward subsidy halving, a key milestone in the StocktoFlow timeline to $288,000 and higher, will become reality. Now let's take a look actually at the Bitcoin block reward halving countdown. 5 days, 12 hours, 41 minutes, precisely until the estimated date, which is May 12th of 2020. If you're not familiar with the Bitcoin halving, visit bitcoinblockhalf.com. I'll include it in the show notes below the video. That way you can visit here, learn more about the block reward halving and what happened in previous cycles after the halving, witnessing the market go absolutely parabolic. As we can see here, we currently have 18,365,000 Bitcoins in circulation. There will ever only be 21 million in circulation, 7 million of which are estimated to be lost forever, leaving us with just 14 million. Talk about a scarce asset. Total Bitcoins left to mine, there's 2,634,975, and it's some pretty cool data here on the site, so be sure to check it out. Now for our next story of the day. Bitcoin whales have been buying en masse since early 2020. This is a macro bullish sign. Unlike traditional assets where many transactions are hidden, Bitcoin is almost entirely transparent. One may not know who made a transaction because it's pseudo-anonymous or who owns an address, yet people can gain access to data of transactions. That's a fact. It is nearly an inescapable fact that many have used to their advantage. One can analyze the data in order to get an edge over their fellow investors and users. Noted on-chain analyst Willy Woo made this much clear, recently saying Bitcoin data is printing a macro bullish sign. Here's what he shared on crypto Twitter. Hashtag whale breeding season. Whale production spotted increasing in the wild. They've been in solid accumulation mode since January, unperturbed by the COVID crash. This is macro bullish. Whales are entities holding 1,000 Bitcoin, and this data is brought to you by Glassnode, as we can see right here. I'll include this in the show notes below the video in the description for you to reference and check it out. If you're not familiar with Glassnode, it's basically a blockchain intelligence firm for analytics, giving you all the latest data, and it's pretty cool. Also, notably, retail investors have also been found to have been recently buying up Bitcoin. Blockchain data provider Coinmetrics reported in its April 7th edition of State of the Network that the number of addresses holding between 1 billionth and 100 millionth of the total Bitcoin supply has increased by about 6% over the last 90 days. Talk about whale activity. This has been supported by data from analytics firm Glassnode. On April 15th, report from the startup confirmed that new user activity on the Bitcoin network has accelerated. The rolling 7-day moving average of new entities using the network rising from 6,000 per day in the middle of March to over 17,000 in mid-April. So what's driving the buying pressure? Behind this influx in buying interest for Bitcoin seems to be the block reward halving. You can say that again. Google Trends data has indicated that global interest in the search term Bitcoin halving has recently gone parabolic. This has also taken place, I know, on the Chinese version of Twitter as well. A lot of people are searching this right now. Simultaneously, the interest in term Bitcoin and buy Bitcoin has also increased. As we can see here in this data chart, this suggests that behind the increase in demand for Bitcoin is the hype surrounding the halving. And there should be a lot of hype surrounding the halving, considering how parabolic and the new all-time high prices which have been reached after the halving. Typically a year after the halving, we see Bitcoin reach a new all-time high. This is for good reason. The halving is expected to have a positive effect on the crypto market. Dan Moorhead, founder and CEO of Pantera Capital, addressed this in his April newsletter. He explained that from a simple supply-demand analysis, it makes sense for Bitcoin to rally after the halving. Here's what he said. It seems reasonable to say that if new supply of Bitcoin is cut in half, all else being equal, the price should rise. Most miners sell their block rewards as fast as they can. They need the money to pay for energy, data center space, maybe pay their bills, and buy faster chips in the never-ending arms race. When the number of Bitcoins they receive and thus sell is cut in half, it's about to have an impact, and that's a fact. Now for our next story of the day. Bitcoin price crisscrosses 9K as Peter Schiff, Bitcoin's biggest hater, warns of collapse. And before we dive into this story, let's take a look at the overall overall crypto market. It's always a good feeling waking up and seeing the entire market surging. Right now, Bitcoin is up 4.4% for the day, trading at $9,264. We've already passed the $9,300 level, and right now it's acting as a resistance once again. I hope we continue to climb on upwards. I would like to see Bitcoin surpass $9,500, $9,600 level. Once we do, I'm pretty confident we're going to test that $10,000 critical psychological resistance, and I feel we can pass that moving into the halving. What are your thoughts, though? Let me know in the comments below. Ethereum also up 2.5%, trading at $209. We have Link up 0.3%, trading at $3.72. XRP up 2%, trading at 22 cents. Miss Litecoin up 1.6%, trading at $47. EOS up 1.9%, trading at $2.79. Bitcoin Cash up 2.9%, trading at $251. And Satoshi Vision up 1.5%, trading at $208. Now let's take a look at the top exchanges. We have Binance down 12% for the day with 5.8 billion in volume. OKEX down 5% for the day with 3 billion in volume, and BitMEX down about 10% for the day with $2.5 billion in volume. All right, now for the battle to secure 9,000 as support grinds on an ever-critical shift claims that the collapse of Bitcoin is not far away. Bitcoin rose to take 9K yet again today as the mission to create new support levels continued. Data from Cointelegraph Markets showed that Bitcoin's top-ranked crypto by market cap is grinding upwards overnight on Tuesday, having hit lows near 8,800. The past week has seen multiple crossings of the $9,000 boundary, with markets still undecided about the area's strength, as we can see here in the graph. Previously, Bitcoin had beaten multiple resistance levels to rise from the mid 7,000 range, levels which had long kept it in check. And here's a tweet from crypto analyst Crypto Michael. I have to say, since that crash to 3750, which happened FYI after the pandemic outbreak worldwide, I'm impressed by the strength of Bitcoin as an asset. Even in this area of around 9,000, it's doing pretty well. Hashtag Bitcoin. Touche. Now I'm going to add some of his comments he added. This is not a tweet stating that it's going to moon or what. Just in general, it's doing pretty well. Even a retrace to the mid 6,000s is still pretty well for BTC. All right, now let's talk about Bitcoin's biggest hater, the one and only Peter Schiff. Nonetheless, regular detractors continue to sow doubt about the market's real prospects. Among them was gold fanatic Peter Schiff, who on Tuesday predicted that Bitcoin would soon collapse. Here's what he tweeted. I admit I like to rile you guys up. Once Bitcoin collapses, I won't be able to do it as much, so I need to make hay while the sun shines, as it won't shine for long. I think this guy is pathetic. Let me tell you why. He's obviously tapping into the crypto market to sell gold. And that's all he does is bash Bitcoin to get attention, to sell gold. And it annoys me. If it annoys you, let me know. But he's definitely the biggest shill in the Bitcoin space, if you're to ask me. At least that's my 2 Satoshis. I'd love to know what you think in the comments right down below. Schiff also took aim at the theory that the upcoming block subsidy halving would fuel a Bitcoin price rise. Here's what he said. A consensus trade is crowded and usually doesn't pan out as the crowd expects. I can't think of a more consensus trade in Bitcoin than being long going into the halving, an event that is universally believed to be extremely bullish, he tweeted. So once the halving occurs, who's left to buy? That's what he said, right? Plenty of people left to buy. So shut up, Peter Schiff. You know what I mean? As Cointelegraph reported, the latest incarnation of the popular StocktoFlow price forecasting model predicts that by 2024, Bitcoin will trade at a giant $288,000 and could double that figure or more. If you're bullish on Bitcoin and you feel the StocktoFlow model has been accurate and will be accurate, and that Bitcoin will eventually hit $288,000 as the model predicts, let me know in the comments below. If you think it's a bunch of hogwash and it's just a bunch of random analysis that is not going to come true, also let me have it in the comments below. But I know I've asked you guys before. I asked which indicators are your most favorite, and the majority has always said StocktoFlow, and I agree, because StocktoFlow has been the most accurate over the years. Now let's take a look at the overall cryptocurrency market cap. We're back over a $250 billion, sitting at 255 billion, with 148 billion in volume in the past 24 hours, and the current BTC dominance, which has been on the climb, is now 66.5%. 0.4% according to CoinMarketCap. And taking a look at the top gainers within the top 100, we have Redcoin up 62%, trading at 0.001. We have Chili's up 27%, trading at 1.1 cents. Numeraire up 21%, trading at $27.81. Digibyte surging once again. Go Digi, up 15%, trading at 2.4 cents. Sia Coin up 14%, trading at 0.002. And Synthetics Network up 12%, trading at 88 cents. Now for the biggest losers, Hyperon down 35%, trading at 44 cents. Streamer down about 7%, trading at 7.4 cents. Holo down 6%, trading at 0.0005. Seal down almost 4%, trading at 7.5 cents. Hive down 2.3%, trading just below 40 cents. And Kyber Network down 2%, trading at 65 cents. And let's actually scroll down here. We're going to see how many are in the green. As you can see, the majority of the cryptos within the top 100 are in the green, and that's because a lot of money is pouring into the crypto market as we speak. Now let's take a look at the BitMEX margins, which is the largest derivatives exchange in the world. We can see the bulls are back in control, leading with 151 million in superiority in the last 24 hours, with longs leading 53.07% versus 46.93%. Are you currently bullish or bearish? Let me know in the comments right down below. And now checking out the crypto greed and fear index, we're currently rated a 42 in fear. Yesterday was a 40, last week a 44, and last month a 15 in extreme fear. After the coronavirus outbreak, we started seeing the entire market in extreme fear. We were stuck there for a couple of months, and we're just starting to inch out of it into fear. Sooner or later, we're going to be back in neutral, just a matter of time. Just sharing. Also, if you're not familiar with the crypto greed and fear index, extreme fear can be a sign that investors are too worried. That can be a great buying opportunity. And when investors are getting too greedy, that means the market is due for a correction. And I just recently created a poll. You can go to the community section here on my YouTube channel to participate. And I asked the question, on the day of the Bitcoin halving, in just a few days, 5 days to be exact, what will the Bitcoin price be? Now, 31% of you put between 9 and 10,000, which is precisely where we're currently at. And then we had 17% of you put above 11,000, 15% of you put between 8 and 9,000, and 12% of you put $7,000 to $8,000 or less. If you haven't yet casted your vote, be sure to visit the community section here of the channel and let us know where you think the Bitcoin price will be. And after the halving, we'll come back and look at it to see how many of you were accurate with calling the Bitcoin price for this forecast. I also want to encourage you to check out the description right below this video by clicking show more in the description right down below for a detailed analysis of what's going on in the market. This goes for all 400 plus videos right here on my channel. Also have some very helpful resources for you to plug into, including the blog to my podcast, which could be found at cryptonewsyes.com. Not only is this updated every single day, but it also allows you to download the latest episode of the podcast in MP3 format so you can listen to it on the go when you're out and about on your way to work or working out and doing your thing. Also, be sure to subscribe on YouTube if you haven't yet already done so. It helps out the show tremendously, and your support is greatly appreciated. You can also subscribe on Apple's iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, Stitcher Radio. We're pretty active on all the major podcasting platforms, so whichever community you're active on, please help support the show. You can also follow us on Twitter to receive daily crypto news alerts. My Twitter handle is CryptoNewsYes, and I also have a private crypto Facebook group entitled Crypto Alchemy with over 17,000 cryptopreneurs from all over the world, just like yourself and myself. To become a part of this, simply click this link, request to join, and I'll be sure to plug you in. And I also have a private crypto Telegram chat, which I am very active on. The first thing I do in the morning is check my Telegram chat. To become a part of this, simply click this link from a mobile device. You'll automatically be added, and I'm looking forward to connecting with you on the inside. Well, that's going to conclude today's show. As always, I appreciate you tuning in and journeying along with me inside this incredible crypto revolution. If you gain value out of today's show, be sure to smash that subscribe button and click that bell icon to receive notifications of the latest premium crypto news. And real quick before I go, if interested in attending this free online event and Q&A session with the #1 most trusted man in cryptocurrency, I'm talking about Tika Twari. It's going down this evening, Wednesday, May 6th at 8 p.m. Eastern, entitled 5 Coins to 5 Million, Last Chance Until 2024, for your chance to discover a handful of tiny cryptocurrencies that can turn $500 into $5 million thanks to a crypto market phenomenon you won't see again until 2024. To register and RSVP for this live event, be sure to click the link below this video in the description. Once you do, it'll take you here. Simply enter your favorite email address and then click the orange button that says sign me up. You also have the option to get on the VIP text message list, which I highly encourage you to do to receive all the bonuses. I know I'm going to be watching Tika live this evening. I'm excited to ask him some questions for the Q&A, and I'm looking forward to seeing you there, and I'll catch you on tomorrow's episode. Peace.